Hey guys, this is the second video in our 3-part series in which we take a look at one interesting and less known fact about every creature in Ark Survival Ascended. If you've missed the first video, I highly recommend checking that one out as well, and you can find the link to that video in the description. We're so close to 6,000 subscribers, which is my current target to reach by the end of the year. So guys, if you're not subscribed, please, for me, hit that subscribe button, and since you're already down there, you might as well give this video a like. I would really appreciate that. By the way, I just dropped my microphone on the floor right before recording this, but I guess if you're watching this video, everything turned out to be okay. Let's jump into the video. The Gallimimus is a strange creature. Even though its saddle is unlocked at level 29, realistically speaking, you cannot tame one until you get Trank Darts, since both the bow and the crossbow have a 90% chance of killing this thing before knocking it out. On top of that, bolas cannot be used on them, so good luck chasing one. Giant bees can be used to make homemade honey, but why would you need a beehive at home when you can just collect honey from wild hives in the forest? Well, because wild beehives can give you up to 15 honey if you harvest them using a bear, and if you do it by hand, you get 5 honey at most, while the domesticated version can hold up to 45 honey inside. Gigas are well known for the insane stat boosts that they get when bred. But why is that? Well, because imprinting bonuses are based off the unmodified stats of a creature, which are the base stats plus the wild level stats and the stats gained from taming effectiveness. Gigas lose a flat 63,000 health upon taming, but the resulting number is not used for imprinting. That's why Gigas get at least 16,000 extra health from imprinting. The Gigantopithecus, in addition to being able to wear helmets, is also able to carry shoulder pads, while also being ridden. Just look at all these monkeys right here. It can also throw shoulder pads at a pretty good distance. The Hesperornis is known for its egg-laying ability, laying either a Hesperornis egg or golden Hesperornis egg after eating 5 fish. But did you know that the Hesperornis attacks small fish like the coelacanth or the salmon for 100 million damage? Thank God you're not a fish. The Hyaenodons are an insane pack creature. They have access to a pack buff, a pack leader buff, the pet buff, and they regenerate a huge amount of health and stamina when they harvest corpses, similar to wild carnivores. Trust me, these cute little dogs can really pack a punch. Are you tired of the Ichthyornis stealing your most valuable stuff? One easy way to avoid this is to store your valuable items in your backpack, also known as your shoulder pad. The seagulls won't be able to steal from them. By the way, their ability to hunt and retrieve is currently bugged in Ascended, so wait for a patch on this one. The Ichthyosaurus is a perfect water scouting mount, thanks to its size and speed. Additionally, no land creatures will aggro on the Ichthyi as long as you don't provoke them, so you can safely pass by even those dreaded baryonyxes that might spawn on the shoreline. The Iguanodon is probably the best early game tame, thanks to being a decent fighter, good explorer dino, good cargo dino, and being able to turn berries into seeds so you can kickstart your own garden. Tyrucus provide hypothermic insulation when standing next to them. This can be used to survive the cold nights in the snow biome, as well as an incubation method for eggs using multiple Kairukus. The Caprosuchus is known for its leap and grab ability. This can be blocked by the player using a shield. Additionally, tamed Capros can drain the stamina of wild creatures, greatly reducing their mobility once out of stamina, making the taming process a lot easier. The Kentrosaurus can impale and bleed out any terrestrial creature up to the size of the baryonyx. Yeah, there's not much to talk about these guys, just don't bite them with your Giga. Leeches are completely blind to you even when you bump into them if you're under the effect of the bug repellent. What the... Guys, I think I just shattered one of my molars during the recording. Hold up, I gotta call my dentist. Okay, we're back. The Lidzichthys is the largest marine creature in the game, even bigger than the Tuzo and Mosa. Thus, it's almost impossible to escape from them when they aggro on your raft. However, throwing giant bee honey in the water will pacify the great fish for a bit, so if you do this a few times, you might be able to escape. The Pleurodon is a temporary tame that only spawns at level 5 and applies a 6-hour loot buff to the rider. This is extremely useful, since loot drops were already made a lot better in Ascended. Lysosauruses have the ability to increase the XP of nearby creatures, and they're a good dino for an egg farm, in case you need food. That's literally all they do, I don't know what you expected from me. The Mammoth has a special saddle, equipped with war drums. If the passenger starts beating the war drums, a buff will be applied to all teammates and their mounts around the drummer, greatly boosting their stamina and protecting them from the fear buff. Note that this buff doesn't apply to unridden creatures. The Manta's attack partially ignores armor, but because they're awfully hard to tame, no one cares. They can't even eat angler gel after you tame them. At least give them a buff or something when eating angler gel. The Megalania might not have the ideal fighting power for a cave mount, but it does protect its rider from mega rabies, and can even spread this disease to other players in PvP. The Megaloceros can apply the bleed effect to other players with its horns, making them very good against heavily armored survivors in PvP. Tamed Megalodons can apply a bleed effect with their bite, although in the wild they do not have access to this ability. Combine this with their peck buff and they can shred any aquatic creature to pieces. It's well known that the Megalosaurus loses a lot of its fighting power during the day, but even his carrying ability is affected by this. The max drag weight is reduced from 150 to 90 during the day. The Meganeura is one of the 2 creatures on the island that can be turned into cementing paste by the Beelzebufo. Many people don't know how insane the Megatherium buff is. When it comes to fighting dinos or bosses, the combination of damage resistance and bonus damage makes the Megatherium 10 times stronger than an unbuffed Megatherium. That's why you should always send the Megatheriums to kill the Aranios during the Broodmother fight, making sure that all the Megatheriums get their buff. This one is for the beach bobs out there. The Mesopithecus can sometimes save your life using the poop throw ability. This will slow down any creature that is chasing you, giving you a chance to escape. This ability has an 8-second cooldown, so try not to aggro more than one dino at a time. The Microraptor is the fastest tameable land creature on the island. Yes, faster than the Gallimimus, Spino, female Megaloceros, etc. Note that this insane speed is only for tamed Microraptors. The Mosasaur is currently the only creature in the game whose damage scales 1-to-1 with its multiplier. That means a 500% melee damage Mosa without other buffs will deal 500 damage per bite. Despite being able to have its sap proficiency improved, the Moschops is unable to collect sap in any way on the island. This is only useful on maps where you can get sap by harvesting trees, like Scorched Earth. The Onyx are super useful as indoor guard dogs, since they can spread mega rabies and they can chew through armor very fast. Unfortunately, they are one of those creatures which are aggressive, but they need to be passively tamed. The Otter is a super useful shoulder pet, thanks to its various abilities. But there is one that truly stands out. The Otter is the only living organism in the game, besides humans, that can carry artifacts in its inventory. This is insanely good when you want to get more than one artifact and not bother to clear the cave twice. Prior to Ascended, taming high-level oviraptors was seen as a waste of eggs, as they provide the same egg-laying boost regardless of level. But now, in Ascended, the oviraptor can gather eggs autonomously in a certain area, and higher-level oviraptors have a larger area of operation. The Ovis only has 2 important stats: health, which increases the amount of mutton generated when slaughtered, and food, which increases the speed at which the Ovis grows its wool back. And by the way, an Ovis doesn't need to be tamed in order to be sheared. And that concludes the second video in this 3-part series. I highly recommend to watch the first one as well, and you can find the link to that video in the description, as well as the link to the last part of the series once it's uploaded. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell me which one of these facts was the most surprising for you. Until next time, Spartacus out.